Yeah, welcome back, y'all. It is your girl, Tatianna Tarot. I'm back with another tarot energy forecast for this week. I pray you can see me this time. I got my tripod fixed. Last week, I hopped on a YouTube live to give you the 411 on what to expect for the week or weeks ahead, energetically, using tarot divination. And when I did that live, everything on my end looked super clear, but the playback apparently was not. And so that being said, hopefully the next time I hop on a live, whether it be for a free workshop or not, hopefully the technology gods are going to be in my favor, because I did not know that was going to happen. Nevertheless, I hope you were able to get into the material and listen to the episode like a podcast. Okay, because I did deliver a lot of juicy information. So if you are new to my channel and my face, I'm your girl, Tatianna, and I work as an Iyalorisa Priestess of the Yoruba tradition, Isheshe. And I'm also a tarot diviner, an Espiritista, an Akashic record practitioner, subtle energy healer, entrepreneur, mama, boss extraordinaire. And I like to hop onto this channel every Sunday or Monday to give you the heads up on what to expect energetically using tarot divination and channeling. So that's what I'm doing. So this week we're doing Monday, July 8th all the way to Sunday, July 14th. And I know we just passed the new moon in Cancer. So I'm really excited to hear what Spirit has to tell us for all the elemental signs. So if you are absolutely new, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a reading to each of the elemental signs: fire, water, air, and earth. So if you typically know your sun sign, or what most people go about, the astrological sign in which they are, the month from which they are born, you can watch that elemental sign that pertains to the astrological sign for the month you were born, for basic terms. If you are a little bit more involved in the astrological realm, and you know your moon, and you know your rising, and you know your Venus signs, then I absolutely implore you to watch those elemental signs for those astrological transits as well. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can watch the whole video, take notes. There's something here for everybody. I don't think things are coincidental. So if you find yourself listening to a sign that does not necessarily pertain to what you are or who you are, but something is resonating, then you are meant to listen to that message. Don't mind me. I am clearing the cards, cutting the cards. There's so much coming up for us this month. First and foremost, I did mention that we will be having another free YouTube workshop. And I want to say I'm going to be having it this week. So hang tight, because if I do decide to have it this week, I'm about to engage in travels again. So if I do decide to have it this week, I will make another announcement or another video announcing that free workshop. And again, you guys can go down to the comment section, the link down below, and subscribe to my newsletter, or you can follow me at Tatianna Tarot on my Instagram and Twitter, TX, whatever it's called, pages, and I make the announcements there as well. So there's so many ways in which you can stay in touch with me. Just to get the heads up, that class, I did a poll. That class will most likely be on psychic development. It seems like 'tis the season for psychic development classes. 'Tis the season for us to learn how to utilize our intuition with more intention and accuracy, and more of a well-rounded skill set. So I'm going to be hopping onto that to give you guys a free class on how to go about doing that. But also there is a subsection to my Possess Your Spirit monthly membership. You can go subscribe to that down below, where me and the community host a lot of classes in psychic development. There are a lot of guided meditations. There are a lot of pre-recorded workshops and classes already in that theme that you can get started with. So later this month, I will say we are going to be jumping into the realm of tarot divination. It is coming to be that time of year soon, where I host and teach my annual oh my God, I'm forgetting. I have so many courses that it's like, girl, what are you teaching now? Embodying the High Priestess, my baby, the first one. Embodying the High Priestess, which is my primary signature tarot divination course. So if you've been interested in learning how to read tarot through the lens of a basic Espiritista foundational set, through an ancestral veneration foundational set, and you know, regardless of your experience in denomination, anybody can take the course. That's coming up around the corner. We're going to be doing the tarot challenge, my annual tarot challenge, which is a week of tarot challenges sent directly to your inbox, personalized videos that I'm giving you prompts on how to activate your intuition and how to utilize the tarot to read yourself and other people to feel. And it is such a joy and a delight every year. So get ready for that. Okay, I'm gonna be announcing those dates soon. That is also a free challenge. We will be opening up enrollment for Embodying the High Priestess in another month or so. So if you're interested in that, just start saving your coins now, or just put it in your calendar like, boom, this is something I want to commit to this year. Let's get into it. So, all right. So again, we're doing this reading for Monday, July 8th, all the way to Sunday, July 14th. And I think we're going to get started with water signs. So let's get into it. Water, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Great Spirit. What do water signs need to be made aware of? We are in Cancer season right now. So I know it's been most likely a lot. We just had a car fly out. Ooh, and this one wanted to fly out too. Ooh, and that. Okay, so water, the reading is pretty much done for you, right? I didn't even have to pull anything out. Cards are flying out left and right. Water sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. The first card that flew out for you is the Wheel of Fortune. Organized chaos, fate, synchronicity, coincidences, and divine alignment. These are some themes associated with the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune plays a big role, or karma, should I say, plays a big role when it comes to the archetypes of the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is now, as an archetypal card of the tarot collective, of the 78 tarot cards, this is a major arcana card. And what that essentially means, that this is a massive energy that is a part of the human experience, in which we all kind of will experience at one point or another in the facet of our lives. And so when it comes to this particular card, it is saying that there is an unpredictability to the direction in which you are playing out your life, meaning that fate is at hand. Fate is at play here with the Wheel of Fortune. Expect the unexpected. Wherever you feel called to go, go. Whatever you feel called to do, do. Whomever you meet is for a reason. The connections, the bonds, the friendships, the relationships that you encounter, you facilitate, these are for a reason. So let us observe from an objective perspective, from an objective, not subjective point of view, detached but also curious. Let us observe the fabric in which we are interacting with other people, the fabric in which we are interacting with the universe. Okay, what is the dynamic going on behind the scenes in our social interactions, our emotional, our intellectual, our spiritual interactions? What has been going on beneath the layers of how you are treating yourself, how you've been operating, how you view yourself, how you perceive yourself in this world, and the characters you decide to have around you. What is going on as the main character of your own story? What is going on right now, right? If you were to open up a chapter of this epic book and you are obviously the protagonist, you are the main agenda of this book, what would be going on with your character? What would the plot and the arch and the storyline be right now? And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is telling us that as the main character, there are some things that are out of your control that are fated to be in your story. So this is the energy that we're entering for you water signs right now. And this comes at a very favorable position. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune could be like, you got to meet this person for a lesson. Could be heartbreak, could be a reminder of what road not to go on, so on and so forth. But I don't necessarily get that sort of energy for this particular card with the Wheel of Fortune, hence fortune. Okay, there is fortune, there is abundance, there is prosperity, there is plenty, there is affluence, there is favor, there is benevolence, there is sweetness here around you. And again, you know, this could be quite literal in terms of opportunities and fated encounters, blessed encounters, or it can be even sort of subjective and subtle and a little bit more nuanced, where you're entering situations that you're not directly involved in, but you're getting a massive lesson just by observing that energy or observing what is going on in the dynamic of that situation and the people around you. Sometimes we are massively blessed to be around people that are going through things that we don't necessarily want to go through, or learning things that we don't necessarily have to learn through, because we've integrated the lesson as an outsider and we have enough knowledge to say, oh, I see what's working for that person. I see how they're maneuvering that. I'm going to take a post-it note and make sure that should that ever happen to me, I'm avoid that situation, or I know how to work my way through it, or, you know, as a result of this happening with A, B, and C, I know not to get involved with them in whatever way. So like I mentioned, the blessings could be quite evident and quite physical manifestations, and they can be also very subtle and things that you take for granted, you don't realize is a massive blessing in disguise. Nevertheless, this is a week of fatedness, fated encounters, fated opportunities, fated chances. This is like portal of miracles opening up that maybe you have been waiting for. Let's say once in a blue moon, there are these transits. And by the way, I'm not an astrologer, but once in a blue moon, let's just say hypothetically, there are these transits where these mystical, figurative portals, in which this portal of time is a very auspicious time for you to be in direct alignment with the will of the universe and your own will. And it is easy for you to manifest things. It is easy for you to align with your desires. It is easy to get what you want. And there isn't this combative resistance that a lot of us seem to experience in this thing called life, right? And I feel like for you guys, water signs, this portal of auspiciousness is here for you. But it is also a very, very vital time in which you are to make the right choices. Just because you're getting a lot of blessings and things that you think you might want doesn't necessarily mean that they are always the best options for you. Sometimes we settle for something that is deliciously good because we think it is the best, without realizing actually there is something much more better than you can ever imagine. And in some way, perhaps you are getting tested to see if you will settle, if you will compromise on your boundaries or your desires, because of fear of not having what you want. So pay attention to that too. Pay attention to signs and directional cues from the universe that's saying, oh my God, you're practically there, you're right there, but maybe there's just one little thing that's not falling into place, or it's one little thing that's like, it's a non-negotiable for me, but everything else is right on target. You're not on the wrong path. You're getting closer and closer to your desired destination, with more desires appearing out of the woodworks from you. And so it's giving very much Alice in Wonderland enjoy the journey. Make sure you are sober for the journey. Make sure that you are attentive, which means that you are physically anchored to this dimension as you continue to ascend upward. If you are a person that is like a spiritualist, or you work with higher realms, you work with higher spirits, it's important for you at this time to make sure that you are emotionally grounded and somewhat living in practical means. You're not overtly indulging in alcohol, weed, or whatever, in partying or any sort of escapism, because you can be missing some vital cues and signs. Or it's like, what I'm getting is this image of you driving down this road that you've never driven down before, and you're missing some massive signs that's saying turn left, or turn right for this pot of gold, turn left, and it's like you're missing it because your head is in the clouds and you think you're just on autopilot because everything is just straight. It's a straight, narrow road, right? Pay attention to that. I think this really treat this week, water signs, as your Alice in Wonderland. You are going down this road, you're following the white rabbit, you're trying to catch the white rabbit, you're meeting these interesting creatures that are maybe mirrors of what you want, or reflections and things of what you thought you wanted but you didn't. Maybe they're reminding you to heighten your standards, expand what you think is possible for you. This portal also invites you to close things. I thought I wanted that. It's not actually what I want. Let's close it. I think I need closure on this. I can emotionally get that myself. I don't need to get it from that person. Let's close it. This habit that I've been doing, this loop-the-loop for 7-8 years, let's close it. That's another thing. This is the 7-year cycle. I don't know what that may mean for some of you water signs, but I'm getting like this long perpetual cycle that is coming to an end. And it is liberating you in some sort of spiritual way. You're going to be waking up with new eyes, waking up with new energy, waking up refreshed, waking up elevated, waking up lifted, waking up wiser, waking up more in alignment with your soul and your godlike self. You must, all of you, whether it's water signs or not, be always in the upliftment of your own spirit, the evolution and the evolution and the progression of your own spirit. So that is very, very, very important. We're going higher and higher. Second card here is the 10 of Wands. This is struggle. This is doing it all on my own. This is burdensome. You know, whether you're placing the burdens on yourself, whether you are allowing others to place burdens on you. This is actually talking about the value of convenience and efficiency. And I think this is an opportunity, is an invitation. The universe is inviting you to do things easier, make it easy upon yourself. Take a faster road. So this portal is almost like a shortcut. I would even argue that there is some sort of a timeline jumping, quantum leap shift that is happening for you, water signs, whereas you thought something could take you 7 years and it really could take you 1 or 2 months or a matter of weeks, like that, instantly. And it is a matter of, again, being attentive and waking up to an old paradigm, an old timeline in which you may have chosen, because you thought it was the only reality, you may have chosen the longer road, the longer way of doing things, an old reaction to things that just brings you down, that makes you feel shameful, that makes you feel fearful, that makes you feel in a comparative mode, like you're comparing yourself to other people. And that is what's bringing you down here with the 10 of Wands. That is the cycle, the karmic cycle, or an energy surrounding this karmic cycle that is closing as these other portals open up for you in your rapid acceleration of your desires or of yourself. You also need to be attentive to people who are bringing you down. Now that can mean, you know, someone is in a season where they're just not right. You can hold space, you can hold grace, but you don't have to bend over backwards for them. This can also mean that you're realizing as your life is shifting, as you may be quote unquote jumping these timeline jumps and these quantum jumps, You're noticing who is going to come along, who is not going to come along. It's almost night and day. We don't relate to each other. Wow, that's a very different choice other than what I would make. I think opposition, I think differences are important, but are these contrasting your own personal moral standards and values? If it's that opposing, then maybe it's time to see, like, okay, we're on two different frequencies. You're not coming with me. I've outgrown this dynamic, this relationship, this job, this environment, so on and so forth. So I do see a lot of changes for you, water signs. Let's not get too heady about it. This is a good week to kind of go on your choose your own adventure type of situation. See where you're being led. See what's opening up for you. See the new people. See the new opportunities. But at the same lens, see what you're outgrowing. See the doors that need to be closed, finalized. Make sure that your actions and your new frequency mirror this new level that you are looking to embark on, so that you can solidify that timeline and really embody it and be on that timeline. Not just jump from abundance to poverty, wealth to lack. I want to be in my queen era. I want to be in my empress era, but I'm still kind of making peasant-like decisions or entertaining peasants, or I still have people that are like peasant-like around me. Is not going to make sense. So everything has to be in alignment. Here we've got the Three of Wands in reverse. I think you're going to be more and more evident of, without any argument, without any dispute, without any resistance. You're just going to be very clear of, that's for me, that's not for me. And if there are any relationships or dynamics that need to part ways and alleviate themselves, they may just do that naturally without any say from you. And so don't combat that. Let it be, let it flow. You are like water this week. Have fun going down this river. Have fun going around the currents. Let Oshun take over, let any of the water spirits take over and guide you, and allow yourself to be led by the great spirit, source, creator, God, goddess, Olodumare, in whatever way you want to call it. Let yourself be led, because this is a very, again, auspicious time. It is a very important time. I feel like a lot of you have done the work. This is just a reminder of that work that you have done, and to big up yourself this week. The pearly gates of heaven are open for you, because maybe you realize that you are heaven in many ways, and that you are deserving, right? And so anything that you feel is no longer in alignment of your worth is kind of wilting and falling out like dead leaves. Water signs, okay? So let's get a quick oracle card. Water signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Water signs, what is their energy for this week? Okay, that also flew. So we've got love begins. Very auspicious time for love. And I'm getting not just romantic, but platonic encounters, new soul people, Egbe, your Egbe kindred, heavenly mates, people that you've experienced a lot of soulful, delightful contracts with, that are cheering you on from above and below. Maybe you're meeting like new community. Maybe there is a new love relationship arising, or there is a new iteration of the love that you have for someone. A new aspect of the relationship that is birthing itself. Heart chakra. Okay, the heart chakra is asking you to lead from the heart center, this energy code that is a portal of discernment all in and of itself. That is a portal of wisdom and information. We so oftenly think logically, but forget that there's a whole realm of intellect that goes on in the heart when we feel, when we decide to feel into something, when we decide to drop in and just feel our way into some information, or feel our way into what we should be eating today, what decisions do we need to make today, what should we be going to, what should I be wearing, what should I be doing. All of this stuff is coming through for you water signs, leading with the heart. Also a lot of heart openings, heart revelations, heart healings going on. Truth. God is being led through you. You are listening to God in whatever way you may take that. This is kind of talking about God first, truth first, love first. What is the wisdom that you are channeling this week? I advise you to journal it. I advise you to check your cards. I advise you to speak to spirit and then take a good listen to what that is. Emotional withdrawal. Because you are Alice in Wonderland, let the people come to you. You don't have to come to them. Let this river and this current bring you what is necessary right now without any attachments. Okay, you're going to land where you need to land, but let the journey be delightful. An emotional withdrawal may mean that you're starting to notice that as you go from one level to the next in this transition, as you are still vibrating until you maintain this new timeline of reality of your desires, and you maintain that and you stay there for a while, this transition may be rocky. You may decide, I need some more personal time. I need some care. I need to sleep more. I need to drink more water. I need to meditate more. I need to engage a little bit more in the arts. It's not something that I want to do with other people because I just can't control other people's frequencies. I don't know what kind of energy they're coming in. I just want to be by myself. And that is okay. You may have a period of that. That may be this week. That may be for the duration of Cancer season. That may be from whenever. So honor that. Okay, water signs, let's go into your fire signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oi, hold on. So much wants to come out now. Fire signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Great Spirit, what is the wisdom for fire signs this week? So the first thing that I'm hearing is take what you need, leave the rest. Take what you need, leave the rest. This could be in terms of new information that comes your way. This could be in terms of an experience that you're walking into. Fire signs, this is an interesting week. You're getting the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands highlights the home. It highlights the home in terms of your physical home and your home body. Your physical body, that is your home. It highlights the relationships in which you feel at home. It can highlight romantic relationships, potential marriage, the family, ancestral home. So here we're getting maybe a desire for sacred union, a desire for committed sacred relationship. This also is the need to be at home right now, the need to focus on your physical home and your physical body, taking care of your body as a temple, making sure that you are fit, making sure that you are eating the right things, making sure that you are rested, making sure that your home, in whatever way it is asked to be honored, you are honoring it. It is saying prepare your home for a new visitor. So a new energy coming into the home. It could be this new sacred energy of a sacred relationship. If you are in a relationship and it is serious, it could just take another level up. There could be a baby coming through. There could be marriage. There could be the purchasing of a new home that symbolizes your physical union. There could be expansion, renovations in the home. There could be new elements being brought into the home that make it feel more like what you feel internally now. This can also, Spirit is saying, this can also mean the importance of residing in the home a little bit more, spending more time cooking, cleaning, cozying, resting, listening to vinyl records, spending time, quality time with family. Again, those that are single, preparing the home for a new partner, making the home feel like a home, and inviting the ancestors into your home so that it is a home for all. Embellishing the home, decorating the home. This card brings celebration. It does bring victory, but you're not doing it alone. It is with someone who is very sacred and very special. And this could be someone physically that you are marrying or in a relationship with. It can also mean someone spiritually that wants to come and bless the home, a spirit, an ancestor, an angel. This card brings great news, a celebration for the family. So this could be, again, marriages, new business contracts, expansion of a career, a baby, a massive win for people in the family, or an elevated ancestral lineage. There's something that you're doing to elevate your ancestral lineage, to make your ancestors proud. I see grandparents, I see children, I see pets and animals. So this is really beautiful. It is a very tender time for you, fire signs, okay? A very tender time for you. So let's go recircle back to the physical body that must be honored. I see anointments, anointing. So whether you make a specific oil that is just for you, it could be an ancestral oil, it could be a home oil, a grounding, soothing, comforting nourishment that one attains from a home in which they feel safe, they feel secure, they feel grounded. It is important that you instill and foster these energies inside of your physical body, that you embody this, that you make a delicious, comforting meal. Maybe you feed your ancestors with that, or, you know, you're feeding your family with that. There's a lot of beauty and blessings to come from the home and in and through the physical body. It is important you are preparing your vessel for what is coming your way. These blessings that are coming your way. Health is the most important thing right now for you fire signs. And so really look into, and I don't know if this pertains to all of you fire signs, fire-like elements. I don't know, like turmeric, ginger, lemon, fiery things that maybe bring warmth to your digestive system, that maybe give you an extra oomph of something. And funny enough, I was just seeing an herbalist on Instagram, and they were talking a lot about how they used to take a lot of tequila shots and how they've substituted that for ginger and turmeric shots with beetroot or something like that. Now, ever since they've been doing that, you know, they obviously feel almost a parallel buzz, but their body is healthy, their body is happy, their body is nourished with this nice, delicious, juiced and zesty blend. So it's something along those lines. You're making something from your hands that is healthy, that is soothing, that is nourishing, that is comforting. Maybe some of you need to visit family members or need to be with your partners more, or you're realizing you really want someone to have and share these experiences with, or the children, if you have children or you want children, or metaphorical children, could be pets, it could be your plants. Bring that sort of jubilee, that elation, that playfulness in the home that expands, because what I'm seeing is an expansion of energy. You need to really honor and protect your energy, take care of your energy. There's so much that's coming into your energetic field in terms of blessings. The Spirit wants to make sure that you are in an adequate position, a blessed position, a healthy position to be able to manage it all easily. Furthermore, your second card here is the Lovers. That can absolutely relate directly to love. It can also relate to important life-changing decisions you need to make. And you need to check in with your masculine side, that aspect of self that wants to protect, that wants to provide, that wants to create structure and organization and problem solving. And also check in with your feminine side, your desires, your intuition, your emotions, your ability to nurture yourself, your ability to listen to your heart, your ability to be guided through the unknown, your ability to soften up and indulge in your senses. So for a lot of you, okay, so let's get into this last card before I finish up. So this is the Four of Pentacles, and this is someone who is very self-indulgent. Very stubborn, could be an aspect of yourself that is very stubborn. You don't want to break out of a routine or a way of doing things. And it may not be a comforting time to break out of this routine and way of doing things. You might want to preserve your energy and not share that with other people. And this is really interesting placement because it is the antithesis of these other two cards, which is it's kind of talking about family and harmony, relationships, your ability to relate to another person, so on and so forth, your ability to relate to yourself. So there could be an iteration of yourself that is in contrast of these things that you've been wanting to call in, or these things that have been wanting to be in your field, your space, your life. Another thing about this Four of Pentacles is that it does definitely seem to stress the importance of managing what you already have on your plate. Four of Pentacles is a builder. Four of Pentacles is a strategic builder, but they're also someone that, again, can be very, very, very stubborn. Like, if these elements are asking for change and expansion, the Four of Pentacles will be like, okay, now I'm good with what I got. I'm good with this routine that I've had for 7 years. And I don't want you guys to miss out on anything important as a result of you being emotionally, mentally, and maybe spiritually inflexible. Check your stubborn areas, check your resistant areas, and see what is asking you to budge and to yield and to bend if necessary. Four of Pentacles is also talking about not indulging too much in outside noise. This is not a time to be too social. It's not a time to be too rakata on the streets. It's, again, coming back to self. There is information in here. There is the home in here that is metaphorically the home, the spirit, the physical body that is going through I see like carpenters taking wood out from the floor and dismantling the wood and the nails and kind of putting in new flooring. So whatever image, metaphorical image that stands for, I do see that for you fire signs with the Four of Pentacles. There is this undoing of old energetic codes. There is this undoing of old beliefs, this undoing of old habits, this undoing of this stubbornness and this resistance, whether it's the way you treat yourself, whether it's the way you treat other people, whether it's the way you've always shown up in situations. Something is asking to be changed. Something is saying this old floor, these old walls, they don't work no more. It's time to upgrade. We're trying to bring you all this lavishness, and you can't be an old miser and accept this. Like, you need to be that bitch, all right? You need to be on your razzle-dazzle tip. So I think this is just a matter of allowing yourself that sacred space to kind of come to the realization of what needs to shift, what is shifting, or just really take the time to indulge in comforting things for yourself. I think once you are well nourished, once you are well supported, once you are well received by self, you can then open up to receive the blessings that are around you or that are coming. Again, you have intense wisdom that has been shouting at you that maybe you have been too stubborn to act on. And the wisdom is now like outpouring from you. You cannot ignore it. You cannot deny it anymore. We're getting the wisdom card. We are also getting the solar plexus. So this is going to take a new aspect of leadership from yourself, where you are being asked not to lead other people so much, but to lead yourself in the best way. And through that self-leadership and example, you are actually leading a lot of people. In taking care of yourself and taking care of the body as a home, the physical home, the spiritual body as a home, the emotional body as a home, you are then signaling this new kind of course correction, new signaling what other people should be doing for themselves, and thus embodying that. And other people are taking notes, whether you believe it or not. So don't be Captain Save-A-Ho. Save yourself. Spend time with yourself. But also don't be too rigid where you're not adhering to that wisdom, where you're not aligning your divine masculine and divine feminine, where you're not walking towards the light of what you want. Okay, let's get into earth signs. Your earth signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus, Great Spirit. What do earth signs need to hear or know at this time? Great Spirit, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Okay, let's see what's flying out. Earth signs. High Priestess flew out. Earth signs, y'all be knowing. This is the chapter where y'all be knowing. Okay, Earth signs. High Priest knows. She doesn't even stress. She doesn't need the card. She doesn't need nothing. She knows. Okay, she is anchored in that divine wisdom, divine intelligence. She is the embodiment of divine intelligence. Earth signs, it is time for you to step into your priestess bag. In whatever way you think priestess means for you. Priest is a servant of source. It is a physical avatar of source. God and this earthly body. Everything I do, everything I say is is prophetic. You are the light. Earth signs, you need to be really walking with this wisdom, and this could even be perceived as who the fuck do they think they are? Just think about, you know, the story of Jesus and how people were like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, who does he think he is? Kind of like that, right? Where you're just like, oh, I'm not outside of source. I am source. The universe lives within me. I can always get the answers. I always get direction. I can always put myself back into alignment. I can always fill myself up with that love and that connection. And so the High Priestess talks about stepping into this alignment, stepping into this light for you earth signs, where you know better and you're now doing better. And now you could be receiving information at the speed of light, especially with this Page of Swords. Important insight coming into you this month through your subconscious, through your dreams, through your divinations, through your ancestors, through your spirit, through source, through your own spirit, through your other guides. It's so much coming through to you, but you know what to do. It's almost like you're never at a point of resistance or lack of clarity. You always know what to do. You know how to approach things. You know how to handle things. You know when to hold space. You know when to stop. You know when to go. High Priestess implores you to spend more sacred time in silence, in sacred ceremony, in adoration of self, in self-love and self-respect, in elevating your Ori and your guides. This could be sacred study time. So earth signs, if you've been wanting to take embodying the High Priestess coming up in the next month, couple of weeks from now, put a post-it note. If you're already enrolled in any classes and courses and you feel like you want to revisit them, now's the time. The spiritual classes and courses. If there's been a topic that's been kind of haunting you and you're like, I really, really, really want to get into this. I really want to get into herbalism, I want to get into astrology, I want to get into the Akashic records. Now is the time to be proactive in those researches. If you've been like, I want to invest more in divination studies, I want to study more, I want to, you know, do more automatic writing, now is the time to do that. Okay? Because there's a lot, this is almost a blueprint, a code that is being downloaded from you to you. From, it's whatever you want to follow or pursue. Some people channel from the Pleiadians, the Syrians. Some people channel from angels. Some people channel directly from elevated ancestors. There is no limit, but I do feel like there is a new, what I see is like a new template being downloaded to you. And this template is perhaps the blueprint of your life's purpose and what you are meant to be doing in this timeline. Or what you feel that you think is possible for you is now being rewritten because you've achieved a new level of being and understanding that is quite astute, that's quite wise, that's quite superior than the average muggle in the street. And what they think is they're asleep. They're still plugged into the matrix. So they're still kind of navigating with this sense of limitation. And you seem to have broken the chains to that for yourself. And so you can further explore what that means through personal studies, through getting back to some sort of a course, a practice, a tradition that helps you feel in alignment. But the information is coming through. I mean, spirits might be talking to you a lot. People might feel called to connect to you a great deal at this time because they think you hold a lot of wisdom and power. You can discern who to give information to and who not, because not everybody needs to be reading other people 100 times a day. But this is saying that there is a gift here that needs to be honored, that needs to be expressed, that needs to be articulated and shared. But most importantly, this gift is coming out for you. Excuse me. And it's, yeah, so it could be channeling, it could be reading, it could be writing, it could be public speaking, it could be another different art form, it could be another spiritual gift, right? But I'm getting a lot of throat chakra stuff. There is a lot of monetary gain. There's a lot of comfort and stability in who you are now, and in knowing this truth and knowing this wisdom. If you've been through any particular hardships, there's hope, there's an answer. There's like, Spirit is saying, okay, maybe it didn't work out with X, Y, and Z, or this career, this, that. There's something that is going to emerge. Maybe a new chapter is emerging from the old, of a sunflower from the cement, a new iteration, a new miracle. And I think in leading yourself, in guiding yourself, and in listening to the source within you, really all of this is like, how deeply can you listen to source? How deeply do you communicate source? How much do you put source first? You know, do you question what comes up in your intuition when you ask source a question? Do you automatically question it? I don't feel like that's the case for you, earth signs. I really feel like a lot of you guys are these earth angels, or these you're being anchored here on this planet at a time with such dire need, such incredible transformation is happening in the emergence of the light that is winning. You are the hope that the earth is waiting for, is what I'm hearing, earth signs. So if this calls for you guys, really step into your bag. It doesn't have to be a spiritual gift. It doesn't have to be a traditional spiritual gift. Maybe your spiritual gift is in cooking. Maybe it's in counseling. Maybe it's in opening up a daycare. Maybe it's in creating clothes it got a frequency in it, right? Maybe it's in agriculture. Maybe it's in architecture. Whatever your gift is, it is going to, if it's already emerging, it needs to be shared. It needs to be taken more serious. It needs to be put out there. You've got the blueprint. You're downloading the blueprint, and you've got the guidance. And I don't see resistance in that at this time, earth signs. So last but not least, excuse me, air signs. Let's get into your air. Air, sun, moon, water. Oh, Air, sun, moon, water. Great Spirit. Air, sun, moon, rising. What the hell am I talking about? Air signs, you got to see water signs too. Air, sun, moon, rising. Great Spirit. What is the message for air signs? Sun, moon, rising. Venus. Air. Okay. Air signs, you know what you want and you know how to get it. I'm so grateful that clarity is being anchored. This is for all the signs too, but particularly air signs. Whatever emotional work you guys have been doing, emotional or energetic work, it's really showing in this cards. It's showing like a lot of blockages being removed, a lot of clarity resurfacing, a lot of ambition, a lot of putting first your intuition, putting first your rest, putting first your emotional well-being. And air signs, you're coming through with the Queen of Swords. And that is the Queen of Conviction. That is the Queen of Clarity. She is anchored in both the emotional realm and the logical realm. She sees through the bullshit, but she feels through the bullshit as well. And she is a decision maker. She's very calculated. She puts things into place. Okay, she puts things into place. She's also the truth speaker. So air signs, make sure not to attack anybody with your words. Put some honey on your mouth. Make sure that you use your words with intentionality, because it is like the alpha and the omega. The beginning and the end. You can destroy and you can create, not only for yourself but for other people. And so with the Queen of Swords, I really see this as a period of great architectural creation. Architecture in terms of architectural energetic codes. Like if you're looking at everything almost like, again, I'm using a Matrix reference. You know how Neo at one point was just looking at the world around him and it was just a bunch of codes. Like he didn't see trees, he didn't see this. He was just looking at things in terms of like numerical energy. I really see this for you with the Queen of Swords. I see this analytical, strategic perspective where it's like, I see what's going on. I see this whole situation playing out, but I also see the underlying current of it and the root of it. I can see the energy, frequency, and the signature of everything. And I see where something is in illness and sickness and in discord, and I see where something is in alignment. How am I going to position myself around these things? So I do see yourself like navigating very strategically in your life, or putting things in order, or taking things out, or building things on top of things that maybe you thought were good but can be better. This is like architectural genius through some energetic codes. So if you are an energy healer, or you want to partake in energy healing, or you want to get into that, this is a great week to do that, air signs. Maybe that is through sound. Maybe that is through the power of your voice. Maybe through writing something and speaking it into existence, or writing it into existence. Telling people the truth, telling people what's on your mind, what's in your heart in a tactful way, but letting them know what they need to hear for your liberation, for their liberation. Also, you can emerge as like a mentor, a strategist, a problem solver, a therapist, a counselor of sorts, someone that sees immediately what's wrong and how to fix it. This is your gift at this time, and you can implement that in your own life. It is going to build wonders. You've got the Four of Wands. So you can start in your own home. It can start with the energy of your home, the energy of your physical body. It can start with this gift that is being given to you in terms of preciseness, precision, and analysis. This is given to you through one of your ancestors, a maternal ancestor, a wise ancestor who actually is putting this itch in you to fix things, build things. It's kind of like I see a kid like playing with Legos, and it's like, okay, the empire I built, isn't as bad as I want it to be built as. So let me make a bigger and better empire. I'm putting this piece, I'm taking this piece and putting it here, I'm putting this piece, I'm building a fort, I want a pool here. That's what I see you guys doing. And I see you starting, you know, it could be, again, another figurative or literal blueprint, maybe writing things out, subcategory, creating a Google document or a journal where things are subcategorized: my health, finances, my career, relationships, romance, ancestry, spirituality, self-care. And you're like, okay, what am I doing now? And what is the next level of me? What is the next level? What is the next level of me, desire and want? What needs to go? What are some 3 things I can implement in each of these regions? And I see a lot of mental busyness, but with intention, using this strategy to advance. It is going to bring you great stability. It is going to bring you great wealth with the Queen of Pentacles. But this is also a very wise elder in your court that wants to see you settle down, that does not want to see, because it's like everybody wants, I want this life, or I want the romance, or I want the riches, or I want the friendships, so I want to travel. Why can't you have it all? And exactly, right? Why can't you have it all? So this is about, what do I need to do to have it all? What's working right now? What's not working? Who do I need to become? How do I become that person? And I don't feel like it's any like how, who, where. I feel like you know all this stuff already, and it's just a matter of mapping it out literally, mapping it out energetically, mapping it out as you navigate in the world. You're choosing, am I gonna choose the lesser of these 2 options, or I'm gonna choose the higher option that is more reflective of who I truly am? Am I gonna indulge in this foolishness, or I'm gonna choose a higher option for me that is elevating me in everything that I do? Am I gonna indulge in this thought, or I'm gonna think a better, bigger and better thought that is more reflective of the goddess or the god that I am? It is all about elevation. I do see like an uprooting from the ground, and boom, like your next level is in the heavens, and acting like that. And so there's this ancestor that's like, I kind of did that for myself. Of course, I'm dealing with a different dimension and different level and a different time frame, but I did that with myself through my hands. I see like maybe it was an agriculturalist or a cook, or someone who heals with hands, or someone who had to sacrifice a lot through using their hands. They've worked a lot through using their hands, and maybe they're not wealthy in 2024's terms of wealthy, but they were wealthy for what they were able to create for their family, for like maybe a mother of 12 that was able to put a roof under, you know, over their heads, and food every day. Like that is some immense wealth for one freaking woman to do. And so you're taking this ancestor, this elder that's coming up in great support in your lineage, has gone through this sacrifice, and it's almost like this Spirit is guiding you, and it could just be like this longing inside of you, this desire to kind of scratch everything off the board and be like, we're gonna do this again, because I get to reinvent myself as many times as I want. I get to up level as many times as I want. I get to strategize and envision and dream and invoke as many times as I want. And there's a seriousness about it to you at this time, a sense of conviction, a sense of discipline, which is very sexy. You know, you make discipline really sexy, which is wild to hear, but maybe that is the affirmation you need. Like, discipline and consistency is sexy. And I'm going to have a very sexy summer, okay? Because we associate these words with like, oh my God. And then I'm struggling, and I have to sacrifice, and this is so boring, and I gotta who said it gotta be like that? You gonna get what you want to get after being disciplined and consistent. So whether this is energetic, setting energetic boundaries, I will not tolerate this behavior. I will not entertain these people that cannot deliver my worth. I will not be spending money on frivolous things, or maybe I won't be spending money on things that are cheap and break easy. Maybe I will like invest more. It's another level that is emerging, that you have no second thoughts, no qualms about doing and planning and enacting and embodying. thanks to this ancestor as well. So cheers to this ancestor. There's expansion in the home. There's expansion in your love life. There's expansion and celebration in your ancestral life. There's this sense of comfort. There's a sense of coming home to yourself. You know who you are. Air signs. And you know, it's like, I know who I am. I know that I'm going to get what I want. And I'm just going to have fun with my life now. I'm just going to freaking rock it and just manifest. So any of the Abraham Hicks and stuff, that could be really good for you. Reading the Abraham Hicks books, that could be really good for you. Any other channelers that are teaching you, not necessarily the law of attraction and stuff like that, but maybe other universal laws that are just as important, like the law of resonance. You know, anything, timeline jumping. If you want to go into my Possess Your Spirit membership and engage in that, or do some like bullet point journaling, whatever, all of that could be really good for you. Your oracle card is discontent and boredom, and this is ever more so a time where it's time for you to flip the switch, and it's like, okay, this is the part of my story where I get what I want. And that doesn't mean I sit idly and just wait for things to come, but I'm going to be making sure that everything is in alignment. That if I'm in a room, that the room is going to look like who I want to be. It's going to look like that identity that I'm invoking. That if I'm in a relationship, the relationship is going to be in the frequency of the identity that I'm invoking. That my friendships are going to be as such. That the food that I'm eating is going to be as such. That my thoughts are going to be as such. Right? It is like, boom, this Queen of Swords is no nonsense. Is it in alignment or is it not? It needs to go if it's not. All right, y'all. So this was so Gucci. So fun spending time with you guys. I'm glad that this was able to work out, child. I don't know if I'm going to do another live stream reading, but you will catch me here real soon. I will be announcing that new workshop real soon on psychic development. It will be both a flow of consciousness workshop and also a subtle energy healing workshop. That will be available for another week, and then that's going to migrate to the Possess Your Spirit membership, where you can have lifetime access to that if you like. But I will see y'all real soon next week. Peace.